again. um, Now I got to get out of here and see if I can find me on my iPad. So if you guys are seeing me, please let me know if you can comment. And if you can't, some of you fabulous people have been sending me messages telling me that you couldn't on my last video. So fingers crossed that we can now comment. Oh, yay! I see the comments. Okay. I don't know what happened. I never checked. It was somehow I clicked, or somehow it just defaulted to, yes, it's made for kids. And if it's made for kids, they don't allow you to comment. And I never have that checked. These videos are not for kids. You know what I mean? That's not my target audience. So, oh, okay, good. We got it fixed. Now I just need to find it on my iPad so that I can like read the comments all the time, because of course, my phone, the comments kind of go away. Oh, so frustrating. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me and coming back. I appreciate you guys more than you know. This is so frustrating. I wish they would at least tell you when they're changing things. You know what I mean? Like, oh, hey, heads up, you know, next month, this and this and this is going to change, but they do not. They do not do that. Oh, I forgot to put my little, anyway. What do you call that little thing? You know, my little cute little face. I'm going to try to fix it on my computer here, but I don't know if I'll be able to. We'll see. So much wasted time that we could be stamping right now, right? But no, we have to change everything and fix it all. Okay. We are going to try to get the thumbnail in there. We'll see what happens. Change that. Because I hate that stupid one that's like the default one. It's really annoying. It's not cute at all. What the heck? Oh, here we go. There it is. Okay, so that's done. Gosh, I am so sorry, you guys. Leave Facebook. Yes, I want to leave Facebook. Okay. Well, hopefully it's all fixed now. At least the orientation is correct, and I can see your comments. That's the most important part. Okay, so anyways, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day, fantastic week, fantastic month. We're going to put that back there. I've had to change a little bit behind me because I'm doing my taxes. Thumbs down to taxes. And it's a giant pain in the butt. Oh, I can see all your comments on here. Woohoo! We did it! Okay. So I've been working on my taxes. That's why my computer was back there, because I have to have like space next to me for all my papers. And I don't have space right here because I have other crap right here. So I've been working on my taxes because we go see our financial person next week. And I made my appointment early. Of course, I made this like 3 months ago, saying I'm going to make it early in the month of April so that you have to get your taxes done early. Well, of course, I had no intention of getting my taxes done early, because who wants to do that? Nobody. But while we were at on stage, I was thinking, oh my gosh, when I get back, I'm going to have to do my taxes. So here we are doing our taxes. So I've been working all day, and then in the evening, my husband's working the night shift right now. So then in the evenings, I've been working on my taxes. So I think I'm going to get them done tonight. Look at me go. It's not even the end of March and my taxes are done. Who am I? So that's exciting. And then we'll go see her, and then we'll do whatever we need to do, and then I'll finalize them, and then they'll be done. It's hard to say if we're going to get a refund or have to pay. I would guess have to pay, because I always do. But you never know. It could be a pleasant surprise, right? And maybe I'll get lucky and get some money back. We'll see. Anyway, what else is going on? I was live last week, right? Yes. So we already talked about on stage. There's nothing new there. I think I told you that my daughter's coming to visit. Maybe I didn't tell you this. She's coming to visit next Wednesday. So I'm probably not going to be live on Thursday. Just because when she's here, I want to spend as much time with her as I can. And if I'm live, it's not just the act of being live. It's not just this hour that I'm live. It's the multiple hours that it takes to get ready for the live. That's what I don't want to spend the time doing when she's here, because I'll have my taxes done. We'll be in April. I will have placed my pre-order. Oh, Diana says she's still not getting notifications. That drives me crazy too, Diana. And I don't know what to tell you. I don't know why that's happening. There's just so many silly things with YouTube. I guess you're just going to have to put a notification on your phone. And then in that rare occasion where I'm not live, my apologies in advance, right? So yeah, so I probably won't be live next week. I mean, it's possible that I could be, but don't count on it. So whatever what I'm making for you today will be a 2-week kit. And the host code that I have listed in the description of this video is the very last host code I will ever have. Because as I'm sure most of you know, Stampin' Up! Is changing their rewards plan, which is going to be awesome for all of you guys that place orders less than $150, which I believe most of you, you know. And so anybody who places any size order that's over $20 will earn rewards. All you have to do is opt into the program, which means you need to have an online account, which if you're already ordering online, you have an online account. And then next April 15th is the day it goes live. I think it's 9 a.m. Mountain Time. So providing there's no glitches or hiccups or whatever, that's the live time. And so what you'll need to do is just go to the online store, log in, and I believe you'll have to like claim your account, which I think only means that the system will send you an email that you have to respond to saying that, yes, this is my email address, that this is my email address, and yes, it's my account. So they just, because of privacy, new things, does Paper Pumpkin count in the rewards? I don't think so, Deborah, because I think Paper Pumpkin is less than the $20 threshold. I mean, I realize you pay more than $20 for it, but the actual merchandise part of it, I believe, is $18. So no, Paper Pumpkin would not count. At least that's what I think. Don't quote me on it because I haven't really researched it. I haven't researched it that much. But anyways, so anyways, that's what you'll need to do just to claim your account. If you don't already have one, Sandy says she doesn't get notifications either. Oh my gosh, you guys. And I don't know. I think you can go into, I'm trying to see. I don't know if I can look at my account while I'm live on it and be able to like tell you the steps you have to take. But I'm pretty sure there's like some settings tab or something that you can click on. And maybe you've already done this and maybe it just isn't going to work. But maybe you might want to try going back into it, maybe turning notifications off, even if you have them on, you know, turn them off and then wait a couple minutes and go back in and maybe turn them on. Maybe that will get the system, maybe give it a little kick in the tushy to, you know, maybe doing that. And some of you guys are getting notifications. So who knows what's going on? I have no idea. It's YouTube. I do have to give a shout out to, I think her name is Lori. She mentioned to me a few months ago, I was asking about what to do about these horrible gray hairs on the side of my head that I could not get to take color. And she told me to put some of the developer on it before I actually mix it with the color for about 5 minutes and then put the color on. She's a genius because it worked. And these little hairs, they're not gray. So thank you so much, Lori. Big kisses to you. Okay, what else do we need to talk about? I'm trying to think. Nothing else with my son. He starts his new job next week. I think I told you guys about that. He's going to be an ice delivery driver. Which I'm actually glad because he's going to get, he lives in a little town of Buffalo, Wyoming, which is about 40 miles from here. And he lives in this kind of duplex with his friend. So he lives on one side, his friend lives on the other, and then they work for his friend's family. So he literally just gets up in the morning and walks to the shop to work, and then walks home. And that's his life. He doesn't really get out a whole lot. And so he's not meeting any people really. And so, not that I am in a big rush for him to get married or anything like that, but I just feel like it would be more of a fun, youthful experience to get out and meet more people. So I'm hoping that doing this job, because he's going to have to do it here in town, so he'll have to come to town every day, and then he'll go out and he'll be a delivery ice man. And I think it'll give him the opportunity to meet more people, which I think is going to be really nice. And I hope he finds a girl sometime. But I can't be rushing that because he gets mad at me if I ask him. So I'm not asking him. But I'll mention it to you guys. So anyways, that's what's going on. My husband's working, I'm working, and it's 80 degrees here today, so it's beautiful. All right, I think I answered questions. I don't think there was any other questions, just you guys saying hello and hello. So I think I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera because we've got some fun things to talk about today. We've got some really cute projects, and let's flip this. All right, we'll get it in here. We'll try not to shut it off while we're in the process of doing that because that would be a real bummer. Okay, let me get my little leveler out here to make sure my camera is nice and level because that drives me nutso when cameras are not level. Okay, glasses, hair clip, and we are in business. So, as I told you, this is my very last host code that I will be posting. So if you do place orders with me, that are less than $150, please use this host code through, I think the host codes have to be closed out by April 13th. So that will be the last day that you can use it. Actually, maybe I should say April 12th so that I have the 13th to close it out. So April 12th, orders through April 12th can use this host code. If you do order $50 or more in my online store, at least for the next 2 weeks, I will gift you with a card kit to make the cards that we're going to make today, which are going to be using the Bright Skies stamp set and dies, which I'm sure some of you already have. And then I also am going to gift you with a free package of the purple adhesive back sequins. And I am also using this stamp set that came out with the latest release of online exclusives in March this month for the insides of the cards. So of course you can use your own insides of the cards, you know, whatever you want to do. But for the outsides, we're using the Bright Skies dies and stamps. Super cute. And I love my projects. Okay, so that's what happens if you order $75 or more, then you get the gems. Okay. Just finished up the Thankful Garden online class. I have a few kits left, and of course the PDF is available always. Those of you that are Stamp Happy Academy Basic or Premium members, this will be posted to the website on, I believe, Friday. And it uses the Thankful Garden bundle, which is beautiful. There's some little sneak peeks of the projects. And this class makes 6 gorgeous cards along with a beautiful box to house them in or gift them in, whatever you want to do with them. And of course it uses the Thankful Garden bundle, which is this beautiful stamp set, this fun set of dies, and then the decorative masks. Oh my gosh, I love decorative masks. I am not that good of a colorer. I think that's a word. And decorative masks make me look like I am a brilliant colorer. Colorist? Color, I don't know. Person that can color. Masks make me that person. And so I love using them because they just are so fun, so simple to use, and they just give such a wow to your project. So if you guys are interested, there is a link in the description of this video that you can register for the class. The kits are ready. They'll go out immediately if you order one. You can also add the bundle on to your class if you so desire. And I have to order the bundle, but I can get that in pretty quickly since I'm only a couple days from Stampin' Up. So shipping does not take that long to get to me. All right. I have one heart-shaped class kit left. If you want it, let me know. I had to take my registration down because I had kind of maxed out on it as far as the bundles that I had available. I don't have any more bundles, but I have one more kit to create the 8 cards. My gift with purchase this month happens to be 2 sets of project using the Floral Delight bundle, and I just discovered in the new catalog that this bundle did carry over, so yay. I don't think it's going to be a bundle. I can't remember. It might be bundled, it might not, but the stamps and the dies carry over. I'm not sure about the papers. They might be exclusively online. It's hard to say. But anyways, $50 or more order will get you these 2 fantastic PDFs. What else? And then if you order next month, if you happen to order in April, then one of your PDFs will be the Textured Notes PDF. That's 10 fantastic cards using the brand new Textured Notes bundle suite. That also is called the, what's it actually called? Botanical Notes, I think, is the name of the suite. Anyway, it doesn't really make any difference. It's fantastic. And then I have another gift with purchase that I also have for people that order with me, but I don't have my thing done because we're waiting for one more person to upload their project. So I couldn't download all the projects in the little squares to show you because I don't have all the projects. My VIP group, I'll be awarding prizes on Monday, the 31st. So I have a VIP group on Facebook. I post different things in there. And anytime anybody comments, I keep track of that, and then I do a random draw, and then I give away a couple of gifts every month to my subscribers, not subscribers, my followers that are in my VIP group. And I just think that's great because I just love the interaction of them commenting and liking what I post. And hopefully this gives them, you know, some extra ideas of what to use with some projects that they might already have. So Judy says she loves my group, and I love you, Judy. You are such a sweet gal to comment all the time. Thank you so much. So if you have ever ordered anything from me, please check the link in the description of this video and join my VIP group. I'd love to have you. Stamp Happy Academy, I think I mentioned last week that we're going to be making some changes. They're awesome, so stay tuned for that. It's just going to make it much better. And right now, this is what you get with your memberships. But like I said, we're going to be changing some things, so stay tuned for that. You're going to love it. All right. I always have retired things and free downloads and class kits and PDF files on my blog at barbstamps.com/shop. So check that out. And then I have adhesive kits for sale all the time. They come in these cute little rainbow pouches. And you get lots of different adhesives, an adhesive eraser, a sand eraser, which is for ink, and then a ruler. And then I have a couple of these little guys left still from my daughter. And then, oh, I just heard some things come crashing down over there. Oops. And then last but not least, I always have cards for sale. I forget to talk about this, but I make so many cards that I cannot send them all out. I just cannot. And so I do sell my extra cards, and I do have cards for sale all the time on my blog at that same barbstamps.com/shop. This happens to be a pack of 20, and that's how I sell them, is packs of 20, and the shipping is included, so you can check that out. I'm pretty sure there's a link in the description. If not, you can just go to barbstamps.com/shop, and then you can search through. You can either search for the word occasion, because I call it all occasion cards, or you can just scroll through everything that I have, and eventually they will come up. Okay. So, like I mentioned, we are going to be using the Bright Skies bundle. Actually, it's not even a bundle anymore. It's a stamp set and a die set. It was a bundle when it first came out, but it isn't anymore. So it's a stamp set and a die set. The gems, the purple adhesive back sequins, are the freebie for $75. And then I am using the Pattern of Friendship stamp set for the insides of the cards. Okay. So, card numero uno. Here we go. So we have a 4x5 inch piece of white, 4x5 1/4 inch piece of white for the inside. We'll set that off to the side. We've got a Petunia Pop card base, 5.5 by 8.5. A Pretty in Pink layer, and this is 3 7/8 by 4 5/8. Lies. 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. That's what it is. And then my white is 3 3/4 by 5. And then you're going to get another piece of white that's like 4 1/4 by 3.5. And you're going to cut out 2 clouds out of that. This big cloud and then this kind of smaller cloud here. They both have this fun stitching on them. You're also going to get some glimmer paper in your kit. And you're going to cut yourself the other cloud out of Pretty in Pink glimmer paper. And then a sun out of Peach Pie glimmer paper. You're also going to get a little scrap of peach pie that you will cut out this little circle, because that's what we're going to do with our sun. In fact, we can just go ahead and do that right now. We are going to add a dimensional to the back, and then we're going to add this to the middle of the glittery sun here. There we go. Okay. So what else are we going to have? I think that's all. So now we just need to do some stamping. So we're going to do some stamping on this cute little layer here. Oh, you guys, Linda and I think Debbie are both asking you to give me a thumbs up. That's very sweet of you, ladies, and I appreciate that very much. So please give me the thumbs up. That always helps my channel, as well as commenting. So if you have the ability to comment on YouTube, I would love to have you comment. You can say things like, oh, my card, gosh, Barb, your card is beautiful, or I love that card, or that card's not my favorite. I mean, that's okay. I get it. Constructive criticism. I can handle it. But yeah, any commenting, any thumbs up definitely helps my channel, and I would very much appreciate it. Okay, so now we need a bunch of stamps and some ink pads to do our little stamping on this layer and our other things. So these 2 clouds, we are going to stamp on those also. So I'm going to bring in a foam mat. Ah, Suzanne said she did both. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. All right, so we're going to start with some Petunia Pop, and we're going to ink up a sentiment that says "Sprinkled with Love." This is from the Bright Skies, and I'm going to stamp it on my cloud, not quite center, but a little bit off, okay? Just a little bit. Try to make it straight. We'll do our best. Doesn't always work out, but you never know. Oh, you guys are commenting up a storm. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Then on this little cloud here, we're going to bring in the little striped cloud image that's in the stamp set. Now, this stamp set and die set came out last year in 2024 in January. So it was part of the January to April mini catalog. And at the time, it coordinated with some paper that was available for celebration. Well, of course, the paper's not around anymore, so we're just going to do all kinds of good things without that fancy paper, and we're going to bring in other things. Okay, what else do I need to do? I need to bring in my Shy Shamrock, because we are going to stamp some leafy pieces down here. Do I need a thing? No, I think we're good. All right, so we're going to start out with one in the corner here, about like so, and I'm going to actually double stack this. So I can see through my stamp, and I can see where I've already stamped it, and so I can make that kind of a double-decker flower. And then this next one, we're just going to do a single. This one, we're going to do another double-decker, but it's going to be a little bit different height. It might be just ever so slightly higher than our first double-decker flower. All right, and we're going to come over here and do a single once again. This one, we'll try to make it... So I'm just kind of staggering them as I'm going along. I'm sure you have figured that out by now, right? That one will start at the bottom. And again, like I said, I can see through my stamp, so I can see where my other stem already lays. And so that's pretty helpful. Oh, you know, I probably do need a scratch paper. Because otherwise, if I'm going to go off the edge here, then it might get all over my foam mat, and then I might make a mess. Okay. So that's what we have so far. So then we're going to bring in our little daisy looking piece and our pretty in pink ink. I'm going to move these because I think I need my scratch paper here again. And I'm going to add this. So you can see it's kind of off the page. And then this one. And finally this one over here. There we go. And then we're going to use the tulip. And I'm going to start out with some peach pie. And I'm going to stamp the peach pie tulip in kind of the middle. What I'm calling the middle. The center tulip here. There we go. And then I'm going to clean this off. With my little chamois right there. Spank it dry. And then we're going to add tulips in Petunia Pop. There we go. So we have all that done. Do I have to stamp anything else? I'm kind of looking at my little cheater piece over here so I know what I'm doing. Because I can't remember what I did 2 hours ago. All right. The clouds are super cute. Patricia says she didn't get this, but it is really cute. The clouds are really fun. Okay, so now we need to just sort of kind of start building what we want to do here on the front. And I think I'm going to put that little stripy cloud underneath. I'm going to put my sun up here. And then my other little glimmery cloud like that. How cute is that? Okay, so I think what I want to do, I think I'm going to pop up the large cloud. So let's do that with our dimensionals. Petunia Pop is an awesome color. You are so correct. It's one of my favorites. I'm going to be really sad next year when it has to retire. But then I'm kind of sad about boho blue too, because I really like boho blue. All right, so I'm going to tuck this cloud underneath, but still have it be up here and over to the edge like that. My sun will add. Do I want that to be under the cloud? Yeah, maybe. I think that would be okay if it's under the cloud. And then this cloud, we are going to use a dimensional down here, and then maybe a tiny bit of glue on the top of that just to bump it up. And then we're going to add this little glittery cloud, like right there. Okay. And then this whole thing we're going to add to our layer of pretty in pink. So there'll be just a slight border here. As you can see, it's very, very minute, like about a 1/16 of an inch. Okay, I'll press that down. And then I'm going to add this to my card base. I'm going to use dimensionals for that too. we go. Peel all the backings off. And then we're going to try to center this. There we go. And then for the inside, I already have it done. So I did the Happy Birthday from the Patterns of Friendship set. And I really like these they kind of remind me of like balloon letters in a sense. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they're kind of fat and just really cute. And so I thought that stuff in that set goes perfect with this. And you can see I just kind of mimicked the same pattern I did on the front and stuck it on the inside so that the fun just doesn't quit. The fun's on the inside, the fun's on the outside, the fun is just everywhere. All right, so we are going to center this. Well, not really center it. What I'm looking for here is equal distance at the top and the bottom and the outside edge. And I need to flip this around. I cannot do it otherwise. And you know what? I feel like that I screwed up this middle part. That I don't think this is the right one, but I don't know where the other one is. So it is what it is. Okay, so there's the outside. So now we need to add some of our fun little sequins. And I'm going to use these because they're pretty much just like Petunia Pop. So I'm just going to add some. How do I want to do it? Ooh, you know what? Maybe I want to use the smaller ones. Oh, look at that little stinker. I wonder if I could just stick them right here in the center of these flowers. And yes, I can. Very exciting stuff here at Barb Stamps. Flip that over and, oh, yeah, that's fine. We're going to add that. Okay. So stinking cute. Petunia Pop, you just cannot go wrong with that color. Okay. Let me put the goods that I don't need back into the bucket. Some things I think I need again for my next card. I know I need the tulip for sure. And I don't think I need anything else. I say that and then I'll probably need it, but whatever. It's pretty close. So, okay. So we'll set that off to the side. And then we're going to bring in our bucket numero dos. I speak a tiny bit of Spanish. And a tiny bit, I mean like numbers. And I can say milk, beer, even though I don't drink beer. I can say it in Spanish. Okay. Card number 2. There's some interest for you, right? Okay. So what we have here is a thick white card base. And so this is 5.5 by 8.5. Then we have a white layer, 4 by 5.25, and I've already stamped it. So I'm going to set it off to the side. Then you're also going to get a 4 by 5.25 inch piece of Azure Afternoon. And then from this, you'll need to die cut the largest cloud. Okay. Now this, you can do whatever you want with it. We're not using it for this project, but you certainly could probably put it on something else. So I'm just going to put that aside. Then you're also going to get a piece of Granny Apple Green in your kit. It's going to be about 2 3/4 by 5.5. And there are 2 kind of cloud / ground border dies in this set. And so what I did was I put both of them on the edges of my cardstock. And I did tape them down with a little bit of Post-it tape. I do like Post-it tape to hold things down when I'm sending them through my machine. And then I ran that through and then I just cut down the middle. Now I did use a paper trimmer, but you could use just some scissors. It doesn't have to be done with the trimmer. All right, so that's what we have for our Granny Apple Green. I'm going to put these back in the die set so that I don't lose them. Okay, then we have a little scrap of white. And we're going to be doing some stamping of a sentiment on that. And then you're also going to get some scraps in your kit. So you'll get a scrap of Lemon Lolly. And you're going to use this to die cut the sun. Or actually, you can stamp it first. We'll see. I've also got a scrap here. You can do it one of 2 ways. I need another scrap. So here we'll see which way we're going to do. You can stamp it and die cut it, or you can die cut it and stamp it. It's up to you. Okay, these I need over here. You're also going to get some Lemon Lime Twist, and you're going to die cut 3 of these little leafy pieces and stems. This is a die that's in the set, so you're going to cut 3 of those. And then we're going to decide what we want to do. We're either going to use 3 tulips, for the card, or we're going to use 3 die cut flowers. I'm leaning more towards the stamped tulips than the die cut flowers out of Melon Mambo, but you guys can let me know what you think. So I do have the 3 flowers cut if we decide to go that way, but I'm thinking I'm leaning towards tulips. I'm just going to say that. Okay, so we do need to do a little bit of stamping. We need to stamp a sentiment. We need to stamp our sun. We need to stamp these tulips. So I need to get those up on here on my sheet. Okay. So the first thing I wanted to let you know is about the sun. The sun die is the sun stamp is very cute. This is what it actually stamps, but it's definitely not even. It's not like it's totally the same all the way around. So that makes stamping it and die cutting it can be a struggle, or you can not care and do that. I'm kind of anal, as you guys probably know, so I did care. So I tried to figure something out. So I took my stamp, and in my own mind, I looked at what I thought was like the tallest sun ray. Okay, so I put that on my block, and then I took a Sharpie marker. Oh, it went on my block too. Oh, well, whatever. I'll wipe that off. And I put a little Sharpie marker dot right behind that specific ray, just for my own self. And so then we're going to take some Daffodil Delight ink, and we would stamp this with that ray pointing up. Okay, whatever one you pick, have that pointing up. Then what you need to do is you need to bring in your die, your little sun die. If I can get it out of here. And this part can be a little putsy. So what I did is I just kind of started it. So pretend my little dot's not on there. So I just sort of started putting the rays in these little holes, and you can see, like, I can tell that this is not it. So then I kind of rotate it to the next one. So I'm just kind of looking around the whole thing, and this color paper isn't the best one for you guys to be able to tell, but I can see. So you would probably want to stamp it, well, let's just do it, on like white, just for this process. And then, like I said, you're just going to kind of put your die on here, and you're just going to kind of roll it around until you think it looks like it matches. Well, I think for me, I thought it matched up here. Okay, so my point of where my Sharpie is, and then where my die actually matches, I put a little Sharpie dot on that too. So from now on, when I go to use this, if I stamp it with my ray up, then I'll know that my die can be up and it will cut perfectly for me. So because this is already die cut, what I can do with this is I can kind of place it back into my die and figure out where it needs to be, you know, where it actually goes. Because as you can tell, it can't just be random unless you don't care. And if you don't care, that's totally fine. You don't have to care. So I'm just going to kind of take this and figure out, where does this go? I'm probably taking way too long, but it'll eventually like pop into place here. Well, I'm probably not really paying attention because I'm trying to talk at the same time. And do you guys have that problem? Is that it? Nope. So I'm just kind of rotating this. Was that it? That's only if I wanted to stamp this perfectly. And since I already have it here, I kind of do. And now it's becoming one of those things that it's going to happen because now I'm getting frustrated with myself. So I'm just going to keep rolling this around until, aha! So there. So it actually fits in the die perfectly there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it on my piece of paper with that up. And then I can just come in over the top of this and I can stamp it, and it should work out pretty well. It's pretty close. Now, if you don't care, you can just die cut this and then just sort of throw your sun on there, stamp it, and it's probably going to look just fine. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be that deep. But if you are anal and you care, then that's a way to make it work. Okay, so now we have a sun. All right, so then we need to stamp our sentiment, and we're doing that in Melon Mambo. And the sentiment that I chose for this is, "You brighten my cloudy days," but we're not going to use the word cloudy. We're just going to use "you brighten my days." Okay. And then we're going to do our tulips. Now, I like to die cut them and then stamp them because I can see through the stamp. So as you can see, or I think you can see, I can just hover this over the top of my tulip, and then I can see where to stamp it. Whoops, that one's already done. This one's not. And so I'm just kind of looking around the whole thing until I think it looks good, and then I'm stamping it. And most of the time it works out. So here is our tulips. We don't need this ink anymore. We don't need this ink anymore. Okay, so we're going to stamp this also. And for this piece, we're going to use the raindrop die or stamp. There's a little stamp that has just a bunch of what looks like raindrops on it. And I just thought that was pretty cute. So we're going to do this in Versamark. And I'm just going to ink it and stamp it. And I'm not being too particular. I'm trying to make sure they're straight. So, you know, I'm not putting them on there cattywampus or anything like that. And then I'm going to come down. And now what I'm going to do is I'm trying to line up the dots on this edge piece here so that it sort of looks like the rain is falling in, you know, that the dots aren't going randomly from side to side. And let's see, something like that. And then finally we'll pick up this last one here. And that's all we've done with that. So that's pretty simple. So now we can just kind of do a little bit of assembly. So I'm going to bring back these pieces here. And I'm going to use the one that has the, it's like a fatter hump, I guess, right here. And then this one I'm going to use on the inside. So where's my inside piece? Put that aside. Okay, so this one is going to go behind. So it's going to end up looking like the ground, if you will. And so I'm going to add a little glue to this blue layer here. And I'm going to bring in a silicone mat so that I don't get glue anywhere else. And then I'm going to lay this kind of where I want it to be. And so I think I want it to be something along these lines here. And then all I have to do here is just snip off that excess. And now I have some ground underneath. And then I can use some dimensionals to pop this up onto this layer here. And what would be really cool, if I would have thought about this, I might have actually attempted it, to make this a shaker card. Wouldn't that have been fun? I could have put some shaker bits in here and used a window sheet. And that would have been pretty fun. All right, I'm going to add a dimensional right there. Okay, so let's get all these backings off. So this is just going to kind of give it like a sort of a little bit of a 3D effect with the cloud, and then we're going to stick some of the things inside there, if that makes any sense. Okay, so now I want to tuck in my little leafy pieces, and I'm just going to add a little glue to the back of them. That was way too much. And I'm going to put this one right there. And I'm going to bring in another one here, add a little glue. Again, probably too much. This one can be down a little bit, kind of like down the hill, I guess. And then finally this one, if we can get the proper amount of glue on it, it will be over here, up on the hill. All right, so our little sun is going to go right there in the corner, because of course, no, that's just kind of where the sun goes, in the corner. There we go. And now, this is where we have to vote. So you're going to have to tell me if you want tulip, or I don't know what we would call the other thing. Maybe just flower. I don't know what kind of a flower it is. But this is the tulip. This is Barb's vote. And I'm going to put them on mini dimensionals. Okay, so take a look. I guess you can't really see the rest, but we're going to snip out the words, "You brighten my days." And I've already done that. And so we're going to end up putting the phrase, "You brighten my days," on here as well. So then you can, if that makes a difference to what you choose, it might not. You might not care. Oh my gosh, you guys haven't even seen the other flowers and you're saying tulips too. And I don't blame you, because I think the tulips are really cute. Okay, I will change them out just to be fair. but I don't like this nearly as well. I just think the tulips are very much cuter than these. And there's the other ones. But I kind of think everybody's already decided. So I think we're going to go back and go tulips. I don't think anyone's going to pick that other thing after already seeing the tulips. Oh, you guys are awesome. I love it. Okay. Tulips, tulips, and more tulips, right? Sweet Sarah says both are cute. I mean, she's not wrong, but I just think the tulips are a little cuter. Okay, so I have a mini dimensional on the back of this tulip here. And there it is. Whoops. Oh, I just stuck it on my glue. That was neat. And another tulip right there. And then finally, our last tulip right here. There. They're so cute. If the deer did not eat them, I would have tulips all over my yard, says Patricia. I get what you're saying, Patricia. We have deer that come around here quite a bit too, and they can be quite destructive. And I'm not really a flower person. I wish I was. My mother was such a flower person, and so was my grandfather. And my brother is too. I just never got the bug. I mean, I kind of wish that I would have, but I didn't. So my daughter and my husband used to, before now she lives in Denver, but they would go to the flower store and get flowers every spring, and then they would put them in some of the pots that we have around here. So that was kind of like my husband's job. But yeah, I have a brown thumb. I don't even have a house plant in my house. I have 0 house plants. Isn't that pathetic? But I just cannot keep them alive. It is so sad. And I had a plant for the longest time that was one of those really hardy plants that, could stay alive with literally just a little bit of water every now and then. But I finally killed it. Not on purpose. Okay. There. Now we have that. Okay, so I don't need these, so I'm going to save these for something else. And I need some gems. Where's my gems? Where are the gems? They gotta be, here they are. And so I'm going to use the white ones for this. And I think I'm just going to kind of go there and maybe there and then maybe over here. Okay. And now I realize this is a white card and you would not need to put a white card base or a white layer inside of it, but I already stamped it and everything, so I'm going to. So what I did for this is, as you can tell, I stamped the sun, Daffodil Delight, my sentiment from that same Patterns of Friendship in Azure Afternoon. And then I have my little tulips already done here, but this is how I did it. So before I stamped my tulips and the leaves, I brought in my second piece of what I'm calling the ground. And I stuck it here, you can see, and then I drew pencil lines over all the bumps. That's where I knew where I could put my flowers. And so now when I come back to add this to the bottom of the card, I can bring this in and I can just slightly overlap that, except right here I screwed up and my pencil line is really screwy. But so I can come in and I can just put this right above the pencil line, and then you'll never even know the pencil line was there. Or you can erase it and put it on that way. It's totally up to you. Either way, oh, I got glue on the table. Either way, we have it on here, and then I am just going to trim off the excess. Okay. And so here's my scissors. These are not my good scissors, so if they get a little glue on them, it's okay. And then I'm just going to trim this off. I guess if I didn't put so much glue on it, I should have just put the glue on the white layer. So note to self, if you guys do this, put the glue on the white layer and then you won't have to get glue on your scissors to trim off this excess, because nobody wants glue on their scissors, right? Come on, Barb. What are you thinking? Okay, so then we can put this on the inside, even though it's not necessary to have a layer on the inside. I did it, so it is what it is. And if you get the kit, you're getting the inside layer. And then you can do whatever you want with it. But maybe it'll look fun since it's not, the ground isn't all the way over to the edge. Maybe that'll be fun. But how cute is that? Then we're not done. I have some of this. This was some ribbon that retired a couple years ago, but I still have a whole roll, and I like it, and I want to use it. So I tied a little bow in the Azure Afternoon, and I'm just going to stick it right here on the edge of my card, right at the edge of the ground, because I just think this ribbon is so cute. Let's see if I can tie another ribbon. This ribbon, or this bow, isn't going exactly the way I want it to go, so let's just sort of see. You need about 8 inches or so of ribbon. And then I just make 2 bunny loops and cross them, and then I just finagle them. I just kind of manipulate them, you know, with my fingers and pulling the loops and pulling the tails until they look good. Goo Gone works to clean my scissors. Yes, Karen, thank you for saying that, because it does, and I have some, and I do use it for that. Every once in a while, I will have a scissor cleaning day, and I'll get my Goo Gone out, and then we'll just clean scissors like a crazy person. There, that's a better bow. I like that one a little bit better. Okay, so here is my glue dots. We're going to get a glue dot on there. And then right here at the edge of our open cloud, we're going to add that. Okay, and I'm going to snip this off, I think just a tiny bit more, because I think it's a little too long. There we go. Oh my gosh, that is so stinking cute. And then we have the inside. Ah! I love this set, you guys. I had kind of forgotten about it. I have a sinking feeling that it's going to go like on the last chance list. And now I don't know this for a fact. I have no idea. I'm guessing that it might be discounted. Who knows? We'll find out on April 1st. That's when the last chance list will be released, and then any discounts will be on that list at that time. So it very well could be discounted. So remember to look for it. If it is discounted, snatch it up real quick if you don't already have it, and make sure you use me as your demonstrator, so then you can get this free card kit to use your new cute stamps and dies. Okay. We are going to move on now to our final card, but I do need to clean off a couple of these stamps just because I don't want to stick my hands in them, you know, because that could totally happen. And now we have dimensional backings. Do you guys ever find dimensional backings, like, you know, in other rooms in your house, like they stick to your feet or something, and then you go walking around, and then you come back in that room a couple days later and you're like, oh, there's dimensionals in here. Isn't that fun? Happens to me all the time. Mine usually come off on our stairs because, like I said, I'm in the basement. So when I go upstairs and I come back down, I'll find dimensional backings on the stairs, which is actually pretty funny. Okay, our final project. This is some of the stuff that we have. Let me get this. Okay, so we have a Daffodil Delight. Oop, there's a sneak peek of the inside. Daffodil Delight card base, 8.5 by 5.5. We have a layer of white, and I can't remember what this is. Where's my little cheater piece here? This is 3 3/4 by 5. Out of this layer, you need to die cut this large stitched cloud, this medium-sized stitched cloud, and 2 of the small stitched clouds. Okay, you can see how you can get all of them out of there really nicely. And then I'm also going to give you a piece of this pattern designer series paper. This is called, oh, here it is. I'm like, I know I brought it out. It's called Serene Love. It's on the last chance list at 30% off, so it's only $8.75. And not that I don't love the flowers. I do love the flowers, but I am a girl who likes patterns kind of more than I like flowers sometimes. And so I have been using, this is my second pack of this stuff. So I have been using the patterns in this to do most of the cards that I've done with this. So you're going to get this old olive striped diagonal pattern out of that pack in your kit. And it is a, what did I say this DSP was? 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. I don't think I said actually. So I am going to go ahead and glue this down. So I'm going to add some glue, just kind of where, you know, you can sort of see where you go around the clouds. And when you do die cut them, you want to make sure that you leave a little bit of a border so that you can get your DSP on it. You don't want to put the cloud dies right to the very edge, because then you won't be able to get the designer series paper on there. So we should be good. There should be about the same as the last card number 1, about a 1/16 of an inch all the way around here. If I if I cut correctly, which I think I did. Okay, and so there, you won't even know that it's missing all of that. And then that's going to go on here. So now we have our clouds. Okay, and this cloud here, we are going to stamp with some Daffodil Delight. And again, I just like to use the cloud as it is and then stamp over the top of it. I just find that super simple. And I very rarely miss because you can see through these photopolymer stamps. And so it's pretty easy. So we're just going to ink this up in some Daffodil Delight. And then since I put it on a dark background, don't put it on white or you won't be able to see through it. But see how I can totally see, and I can see the edges of the stamp and I can see the edges of the die cut. And I just kind of, you know, move it back and forth until I feel like it's equally all around. And then I stamp it. And like I said, very rarely does it not work. So there you go. All right, so we have that. Then we have, well, you're not gonna get 3. You're gonna get 1 strip of Petunia Pop. It's 3/4 by about 3.5, and we're gonna do a tiny bit of embossing on this. Now, you probably know we sell these Wow embossing powders now. It's a replacement for some embossing powder that we used to sell. And our old embossing powders were very good embossing powders. And when the Wow ones came out, I thought to myself, why do I need to order new embossing powder? You know, I don't. But I decided, well, I should try it because, you know, why not? And I'm going to show you the difference. Well, I'll just show it to you right now. So this is my old embossing powder. Can you guys see how kind of blotchy that is on some of these words? I'll scoot it up real close. Look how blotchy that is. And I did this twice because I thought maybe it was something that I had done. This is my old Stampin' Up! White embossing powder. This is the Wow embossing powder. Look at the difference. Look how beautiful that is. And the only thing I did different was use the different embossing powder. So I used my embossing buddy on both of these layers. I used a Versamark pad. I used the stamp. I stamped it on there. I covered it with the embossing powder and I heat set it with the same heat tool that I've used forever. And when I got this one done, I thought, oh my gosh, that looks terrible. And I thought, all right, I'm going to pull out this Wow powder and I'm going to see if it makes a difference. And I cannot believe the difference. It is so different. So if you have some of this Stampin' Up! Embossing powder, maybe it gets old. I have no idea. But this is Wow. The name fits it. Yeah, I don't know, Deborah. It might have a shelf life. I'm not sure. But this isn't that old. My old stuff isn't that old. So, and I always thought it was really good. But not after, wow, after using that, I am sold. So I guess I don't need to do this now because I've already done it, but I just did your standard embossing, how you would normally do it. But yeah, I was quite surprised at the obvious difference, you know. All right, Linda's got to go do something, and so she'll have to watch the replay. No problem, Linda. It'll always be here. Okay, so what else are you going to get? So you're going to get a strip of that to do your stamping on. We've talked about all that. You're going to get some Petunia Pop glimmer paper, and out of that glimmer paper, you're going to run it through 2 times with the raindrops. There's a little raindrop die in here. Well, there's 2 of them. There's a large raindrop and a small raindrop. I did the large raindrop. So you're going to cut that twice on Petunia Pop glimmer paper, and then you're going to get 10 little raindrops. I think I have 10. We're going to use 9, but there's 10. I mean, you can use 10 if you want. Then you're also going to get a little scrap of old olive, and you're going to need to cut 2 small lightning bolts and a big lightning bolt out of your old olive. Okay. And then you're going to get some lemon lolly baker's twine or linen thread. What is this? This is baker's twine. And so you get about a 7 or 8 inch little strip, and we're going to actually color this with a Daffodil Delight marker because as you can see, it's lemon lolly. It probably would match if you don't have the Daffodil Delight marker, but if you do, then definitely color it because it will match a whole lot better. So this is a light Daffodil Delight. The dark is too dark, I found. And so I'm just coloring this. I'm just kind of rolling it and coloring it, and trying to get the whole thing as I'm doing this. So I'm just kind of, like I said, rolling it and coloring it. And I'm using the brush tip because I find that does work a little better. And you can see, at least I think you can see, that it is actually coloring it. It's not a huge difference, but it's definitely enough of a difference to me that it looks more Daffodil Delight-ish than it did Lemon Lolly. So here's the Lemon Lolly, and then here it is colored. So you can definitely tell it's definitely darker. So just using a light Daffodil Delight will work on that. And we're going to tie that into just a little bow. So on this one, I just make a bunny ear, wrap it around, and then tighten it up. And then I just do the same thing where I just kind of pull the tails and then just kind of manipulate it until it's about the size that I want it to be. And then we'll trim it up in just a minute. Okay. Let's see. Patricia says she does think there is a shelf life. There must be, because I didn't think it could get old. I mean, I've had embossing powders forever, but I didn't realize there was such a drastic difference. And I guess if I hadn't, well, it did look like crap, so I knew I had to do something different. So that's why I tried it twice, and both times it looked yucky. So go with the wow. Okay, what was I doing? We are decorating this layer here with our clouds. So we're going to put our large cloud kind of over here to the left edge and somewhat close to the top. Okay, and then we're going to bring in one of our smaller clouds, and we're going to kind of tuck that behind there. And then our larger cloud, I guess medium-sized cloud, I'm going to stick in here like so. And then this little cloud, I'm kind of sticking on upside down in a sense. I'm going to bring in my sentiment, and I'm going to tuck that underneath. This actually, I think, needs to scooch up just a little bit. Okay, so I'm just kind of eyeballing it all out, making sure this is how I want it to be. And I think that it is, because then we're going to add some raindrops. And the take your pick tool is super helpful for raindrops. And we're just kind of going across the whole thing, adding our little raindrops here and there. I probably should try to stick them on so they're a little more random, then it won't look so staged, right? Maybe put those together, that one. Well, I kind of feel like they kind of have to be staged for it to look right. I don't know. You know me. I'm so anal about stuff. I think that's going to work. So I am going to untuck this little cloud and add a little glue. And then I'm going to tuck it back under about like so. Okay. And then this one we're going to pop up. I think we're going to pop up this big one too. So let me grab some dimensionals and we'll get that popped up. One there, one there. I think 3 is plenty. I mean, it's a big cloud, but it's not like, you know, giant. So since my husband's working nights, I don't have to make dinner. Well, I mean, I had to make him dinner, but I can't eat my dinner at 3:30 or 2:30, depending on what time he goes to work. So now I'm going to go eat my dinner. I think I'm going to have Cheerios. I think I've mentioned to you guys how much I love Cheerios. And so I think I'm going to have some Cheerios for dinner, because why not, right? Okay, and then I think, like I said, this little piece there, and then my other little cloud like that. So I could probably put a mini dimensional down here on this little bump. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to glue this one down. Oh, Susan, thank you so much. Susan says, congratulations for my accomplishments from on stage, and I do appreciate that so much. I did get to walk across stage a few times, and it was very fun. Sometimes with my besties, sometimes just with, you know, other people. But yes, it is always super fun to be recognized at a Stampin' Up! Event. And if any of you are thinking about joining Stampin' Up!, right now is a really good time to do it. You know, I'll tell you why. Because it's pre-order time, and we can pre-order the brand new items out of, some of them are from the annual catalog, and some of them are from the new release of online exclusives that will be coming out in May. So that is really fun. And so if you join right now, you can add those items to your starter kit. So if you aren't a demonstrator, but you've been thinking about it, maybe you should do it, because there really is no reason not to. You get a discount on everything you buy, 20% off of everything. Plus, we get advance notice of things going for sale. what am I trying to say? Like pre-order stuff, which is always really fun to get those new items. And so, yeah. And then if you don't, like if you can't, like the quarterly minimums are like $300 every quarter. And if you can't, meet that, nothing happens to you. They just simply drop you as a demonstrator. There's no penalties. Nothing bad happens. The stamping police do not come to your house and take all your stuff. You're just simply not a demonstrator anymore. So, I mean, honestly, if you're not a demonstrator, you really have no reason not to be. The kit is $99, and in the kit you get $125 of product of your choice. And like I said, right now it can be the things that we are pre-ordering from the new release of stuff. And yeah, and I'm awesome, as you probably already know. I'm just going to throw that out there, a little shameless plug on myself. Well, I'm getting all of my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where did the rest of my where did the rest of them go? Does anybody? I see this one, but this is kind of a broken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 9, and that would be 10. And I think I lost one. Oh my gosh. Well, we might just have to. We might have to get some more and do it again. Okay, hold on. I have a scrap of glimmer paper right here. That's what I get for chit-chatting too much. Does that ever happen to you? You're chit-chatting away, and then you're like, oh, wow, I messed that up. That's what just happened. Okay. So, oh, that's a That's a, what do you call it? Bad one. One thing I can tell you about this set of dies is that I had my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine that I'm using right now out on my desk, and I used it for everything except the big Azure Afternoon piece, and I like doing that. I like being able to have my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine right here, because this is my main stamp table that I normally stamp on, and it's very nice to not have to run behind me. Which, I mean, it's not like it's that far, but it's really nice to have my machine right here, and then I can just grab whatever I need, and I can die cut it pretty quickly. Okay, so I think if I said we were only going to use 9, but I think I ended up using 10 because I was babbling. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yep, we did use 10. It is what it is. Okay, then we are going to add this to the front of our card. Oh, we need to add our little bow, of course. Where's my glue dots? Here we go. So I'm going to roll this up like a little log. So I just kind of use my fingernail. You could use a take your pick tool or something just to kind of get it started rolling. And it'll kind of roll up just like a little, nice little log, a little tube. And then I stick that on the back of my knot. And then I can just stick this wherever I want to. And then the glue dot won't show through. Oh, that's the one that I already, well, whatever. It doesn't make any difference. Okay, and then we're going to snip off the excess because we want these to be about the same length. Oh my gosh, so stinking cute. Oh, I forgot to put the rest of my lightning bolts on. Well, I got so crazy chatting and then screwing up the card, I forgot what I was doing. Okay, so this lightning bolt is going to go right there. And then this little one here is going to go on our other cloud. And so that one is going to go like that. Okay. Then we can add this with some dimensionals. So we'll go dimensional, 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 dimensional. And then we'll get it on there, and then I'll bring that inside back again. I know you saw it for a sneak peek second there, but we'll bring it back. You know what? This is not even. Did I cut this? I cut something wrong, whether it was my designer series paper or my white layer. My white layer is a little long in this corner, and so I don't know if it was what paper it was, but that's a little better. Okay, here we go to try to center that. I think we did it. And then here's my inside. So I pulled in a little strip of Petunia Pop paper that's from the 2020 2020, no, 2024, 2026 in color pack. I was like, that doesn't sound right. A little 1/2-inch strip of that, the little sentiment from the Pattern of Friendship, and then our little sun. So stinking cute. I have fallen back in love with these clouds again. We used them for, I think it was a catalog kickoff here last year, and then had them on the shelf, and here they are again. They're so cute. All right, those are my 3 cards. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and helping. Oh, I need to add some gems. I was going to add the little purple ones again, and I was just going to add them up there on my yellowy cloud. One there. I know you're supposed to do 3, but we only need 2 in this case because that's just what we're doing. All right, so there they are, our 3 cards. They all have adorable insides as well. I will get these up on my blog tonight or tomorrow. If you'd like to see the photos of them, you can find them on my blog. Again, if you order $50 from my online store in the next 2 weeks, you will get this card kit in the mail. And like I said, fingers crossed, I hope that this dies and this stamp set are actually going to be on sale when the last chance list comes out on Tuesday. Fingers crossed. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go eat my Cheerios, and I will see you guys again soon. Remember, I probably won't be live next week. I might, but I probably won't. So I will see you in 2 weeks, guys. Bye-bye.